Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Worship with Gladys, and this is another devotional that I'm bringing to you. And this devotional is really my just like the website Worship with Gladys, just like the God Conversation series. These are my personal experiences with God, so I'm just sharing. I hope it blesses you. So this morning I woke up with, I don't even know. Well, the past 3 days, I've been waking up either angry or I don't understand. And it took me a while. Yesterday, it took me a while to actually get up from the bed because I had to just like settle some things. I was angry about some things and I was ranting. How do you wake up ranting? I was ranting to God about stuff. And the way that the Holy Spirit will deal with me is while I'm ranting, it will actually say something to kind of and that will kind of bring the my temperature down, like calm down. And oftentimes, if I'm in the listening mode, then he will lead me to pray a certain way, and that situation just calmly will go away, and that's what happened. Um, so I woke up, mad about some things because and I just didn't get it. And like I said, by the time I got up, I had prayed about the situation and I did see instant results, even though I didn't see it until the next day. But there was a change in what I was praying about. So prayer is a good thing, right? Prayer is a really good thing. But one of the things that I woke up with this morning also was, and I don't know why, and it was the word, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Anybody know where that phrase comes from? I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. The context that I have seen that used oftentimes is you came out, you got to work, for example, and someone pisses you off. Okay, maybe that's even far-fetched, getting to work. You wake up in the morning, you come out of your bedroom, and instantly you're mad at something, you're mad at something, you're pissed at something, and then someone says, oh, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? I've used that phrase. Have you? I have used that phrase in my lifetime. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So I don't know why, for some reason, that was a question that I had to fathom. So I went to Google, right? Because with everything, Google is your friend, right? Any research you want to make, you want to do, Google is your friend. So I went to Google, and really, Google said that it's a superstition, one, and it appears to have arisen in ancient Rome, where many Romans were careful always to get out of bed on the right side. This fit with other superstitions of the time that held that the left side was unlucky. So if you got up on on the right side connotes positivity and the left side connotes negativity. But in my case, I sleep on the right side of the bed. So what does that mean? What does that tell you? I slept on the positive side of the bed. Why am I still waking up? Why did I still get mad, right? So that doesn't follow. So I started to. It brought me back to one time. And funny enough, we're talking about devotionals, right? This is a devotional. So when you do a devotional, your devotionals are supposed to be consistent, right? I find that, and it's in different seasons. So how do you? So what I'm trying to attempt to bring an understanding to is your how to have effective devotionals. How to have effective devotionals, because your devotional life should be consistent to be effective. So if you do it in the mornings, stick to the mornings. Unless the mornings don't work for you anymore, then take it to another time, but make sure you do it, right? Make sure you do it. What is it that you do during devotionals? Traditionally, it will be okay. You read some verses of the Bible. you pray, you do praise and worship. I mean, whatever works for you. I think the important thing is just be consistent. Be consistent. And I'll use my story. Last year, I believe it was last year. Um, I was on a roll. Okay. I was on a roll. I mean, I was spending time before God. I was working in New York. I was spending time. So between getting to from my house to getting to work, it would take me at least an hour and a half. So I had my playlists playing. Sometimes I would be praying until I got to work. So by the time work started, my day started. I mean, I was on a roll. Like I was in tune with the Holy Spirit. Then I stopped working in New York and I came to Jersey, and that tradition continued. I would pray. I would do what I needed to do just to get my day started. Now, in New Jersey, I'm driving to work 45 minutes, but I'm driving to work. So I would, the same thing. I would play my YouTube list. Sometimes I'm praying from the time I would take put really a lot of music videos into there, like maybe 5-6 minutes. So by the time you have like 10, right, you have gone through what you have prayed, you have worshipped, you have God has revealed things to you, you have gotten words that, I would find myself actually having to park on the side of the road just to write something down that God told me, or it was just a lot. But but I would be full, like spiritually I would be so full by the time I got to work. Then I started to make it shorter and shorter and shorter, right? I started to do my devotionals before I left home, like, so. But even before I left home, it would not be as long as it when I was doing it with the 45 minutes, 15 minutes, and what I was reading. So I began to lose focus. I began to lose the passion. I began to lose passion. So it was not something that I deliberately did, that I intentionally did. Before, when I would do my devotionals, it was more like, whoa, time to hear from God, time to listen, see what He's saying, what is He going to show me out of the Word today. That it was more like, okay, 5 minutes, let's go, show me what it is you want to show me. And then I started to plug other things into that time. I started to plug other things into that time. Instead of listening to my messages and listening to the worship music and all that, I started to plug it. I started to watch movies. I started to put other things. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with watching all those movies, but give God what's God's. Like and at the start of your day is when you give God His own. Give Him that portion of your day. The way that I say it is, give Him that portion of your day so that the rest of your day can go well, right? Give God the first part of your day so that the rest of your day can go well. I mean, if you take nothing out of this devotional, that is it. Give God the first of your day so that everything else about your day can go well, because you're starting out settled, you're starting out in sync with Him. You can, it's so easy. You're tuned in, you're plugged in. So of course, what happens after like 2 weeks of me doing that consistently, not removing my time with God, plugging in something else into that time, what do you think happened? I started to get, I things were just happening that I had no idea. I just had no idea. I had let the busyness creep in. Even in the times when you're busy, you can still give God time. Even in the times that you're busy, the thing I find is we need to be intentional about these things. Otherwise, when other things start to creep in and get into it, you won't know. And then there's a struggle to get back to the way we were, right? Struggle to get back to the way we were. I always tell people, God doesn't change. God doesn't move. We are the ones who move. We're the ones who lose focus. Consistency is key when it comes to devotionals. You have to be consistent. There's so many devotionals out there, right? You have version. You have so many. So there's so many devotionals. Pick one and make sure that you are plugged into God every day. Plug in, either whether you're plugging in through prayer, whether you're plugging in through worship, whether you're plugging into just listening to messages, right? There is, find people who inspire you, find pastors who inspire you, and follow God along with them. um and when I playlists are a big part for me of my devotionals. Playlists, they're a big part, because and they're so easy. Oftentimes there's so many nights that I have had my earphones on, just listening to music. I listen to a lot of Maverick City. I listen to a lot of William McDowell, not just his music but his preaching. I listen to, I mean, I follow so many people. Stephanie Greisinger is one of my most favorite worshipers. So there are resources out there. If you feel like, okay, it can't be just me, me just praying and singing, and you want something to play in the background, right? You can do that. I take some of my singles. I have 3 singles. I take some of them. One of them is Yes, one of them is called Yahweh, and the other one is All My Praise. So depends on what it is I am feeling, the vibe that I'm feeling that day. I might have something playing in the background. So the thing also is to be open to, you have to know what works for you, right? You have to know what works for you, because it's not cookie cutter. Like, you can't, maybe what works for the way that it works for me, it has to be enjoyable for me to do it. If it's boring, I lose passion for it if it's boring. So for me, I use the playlist. I have messages that I have saved as playlists, and I just go through them and I pick one. Sometimes the Holy Spirit actually leads me to which one to listen to for that day. So I mean, it's up to you, but be consistent, right? Be consistent, and you can have an effective devotional life, right? Just be open. Listen to get into YouTube. YouTube is a very huge resource for me. I make my own playlists. And I actually even name them what it is. So, because there are some songs that are all prayer, there are some songs that are all, just praise, just worshiping God. There are some talking about who God is, right? I love one by Taran Wells, that he did with Elevation, called Never Lost. My God, that's a whole devotional on its own. Maybe I'll do it one day if I feel led. But again, this video really is about how to have an effective devotional life. You can have an effective devotional life. You just have to figure out what works for you. How does God speak to you? What is it that you need to be doing, that you can easily hear God? For me, I put on my playlist. I'm telling you, the waterworks is on. It just flows. And it depends on how God speaks to you too, right? So I could be listening to Stephen Furtick. I could be listening to a Maverick City song, and there's something in the song, there's a line in the song, and it will come. And all of that is during my devotional. Okay, so I hope this video blesses you. You can have an effective devotional life. You can. It's a possibility. The key is consistency, and do not allow busyness to take the place of your devotional life. Okay, everybody stay blessed.